Okay, hey everybody. All right, you ready? Last week, the Ukrainian parliament took a vote urging the U.S. Congress to designate Russia as a state sponsor of terrorism. So we heard their plea and we're answering their request. Today we will be introducing a resolution urging the Secretary of State and the Biden administration to designate Russia as a state sponsor of terrorism, because they are.
I'm not going to talk.
So this designation will matter in U.S. law. There are only 4 other countries that have such a designation. They're Cuba, Syria, Iran, and North Korea. Dick and I are about to we're trying to include Russia to be the 5th. That's the company they should be associated with. These are totalitarian regimes that are up to no good. So I believe if we had a vote on the floor of the United States Senate urging the Secretary of State to designate Russia as a state sponsor of terrorism, it'd get 90+ votes. The hope is that we can take this resolution and put it in the Ukraine supplemental, because I think it does 2 things. It sends a strong message to the people of Ukraine: we listen to you and we agree that the person who is destroying your country, who's murdering, raping, and killing your citizens, runs a nation that is a state sponsor of terrorism. And we're also letting the Russian people know that our fight is not with you, but is with Putin. The theory that Ukraine is run by Nazis is a joke.
If there is anybody who embodies terrorism and totalitarianism and torture, it is Vladimir Putin. And Russia, unfortunately, is in his hands. And so this resolution is absolutely appropriate, and it will put Russia outside the pale of civilized nations.
There's some problems. We're working with Senator Coons and others. Putin has challenged the world. He's put in question everything we believe in. If he's still standing when this is over, and he's not labeled a state sponsor of terrorism, we've missed a mark. Every law in the book regarding war crimes has been violated. Every international norm has been turned upside down. For 20 years, he's literally gotten away with murder. Now it's time to designate him in a fashion befitting his conduct. He is a terrorist, and Russia is in the hands of a terrorist state run by Putin.
And I'd love to follow up on that. When the administration officials testified...
Of all the things we could do this week, the $40 billion is really important. It puts weapons in the hands of the Ukrainian military who are fighting like tigers. It marginalizes Russia even more, and it helps the Ukrainian economy survive under this onslaught. But why did the Ukrainian parliament specifically ask for this? Because they understand the day that the United States says with a single voice that Russia is in the hands of a terrorist called Putin, and the whole country is sponsoring terrorism, would be a game changer in terms of the outcome of this war. So the money is incredibly important. But if we could marry up the money with the designation that Russia is a state sponsor of terrorism under our law, that would be a double blow.